We are here with Marty and Avrum, the food guy. The food guy.
Yeah.
And our food guy friend.
Our food guy buddy.
There are so many different ethnic groups around, and they get married, and they want to stick to their tradition. Whether you're Jewish, Italian, you're French, you want to stick with something that reminds you of home, that brings you back to home.
Good point.
And and a wedding is so important because, it's for the rest of your life, and it's also people coming from other regions that want a little taste of where they're coming from.
Yeah, good point, Marty.
So if you're from Israel, you want a little taste of Israel. You want to not feel alienated in Canada when you come to the celebration. The guy that puts it all together is Carlo. And how many people have 4 different restaurants? But tell us about some of the different people that come here,
The different
ethnic
cultures,
people,
yes,
cultures.
of course. So we
Many,
have
yes.
many. We have, when you say Canadians, Canadian is sort of immigrants who have been here for a long time,
Yeah.
right? But then you have the Italians, the Indians, Jewish, the Russians, and the Portuguese and the Greeks, and everyone has their own sort of thing. Like the Greeks want to make sure they have a massive piece of meat, steak.
Really?
It's all about that.
On every plate.
On every plate. It's got to be big, make sure, right? And the Italians are all about making sure that, the sauce and the veal and this and that. The Russians want to make sure they got bottled vodka on every table. Forget the water. What the water?
We drink vodka. We like our vodka.
And then the kosher, specialize in the mashkia, watching
what a
everything.
mashkia is.
A mashkia is a rabbi who makes sure that everything is done according to the kosher laws and rules. So usually the kosher caterer, our team, and whoever, the mashkia will watch, make sure. I remember one time they weren't sure about certain lettuces. They took one of those white tables with the light, just looked at every leaf to make sure it was.
You're joking.
Oh my god.
What they're doing is they're looking for insects.
Insects.
You're kidding.
You can't eat insects according to the Torah.
Right.
Really?
So they're looking for insects. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
check every piece of
Yeah.
Oh
it.
yeah.
That's
Oh
what
yeah.
housewives do
If
as
it's
well.
known, like, oh, watch out for that one. Okay, this year watch out for broccoli. Okay, that's this season. Watch out for. Oh my. It's all kosher laws are all about health and making sure that bacteria, insects, making sure
Why
none
are
of
you
that.
not allowed to eat a bug?
The Torah says you're not.
Oh, yeah?
That's all. Tell us something. What is a Russian celebration like?
Yeah, what's that?
Oh my God. Well, just imagine a bunch of drunk people after a club. They are full of life. They came here. They're also new immigrants who came here and being restricted. Now they're liberated. They're enjoying themselves. They want to make sure there's lots of food out there. All about the herring and the vodka and the caviar and all that. And they have a wonderful, wonderful time. And it's all about making sure it's good food and all out there and always available.
That's party comrades. Italians,
Party.
they like their sweet table.
Oh my God! Yes,
Right?
yes. So it's sort
Is
of
that not-
So it's sort of it's sort of transformed because I remember my parents doing weddings in the 70s, 80s. I'm a little kid there, and their lunch was big because that's how it is in Italy.
Yeah.
It's all about the lunch. It was a big lunch.
lunch.
Remember my dad. Remember the quotes would be $3.50 per person for lunch, $1.50 for dinner. It's that cheap.
That's a
right?
good deal.
Yeah, and dinner was just pizza and chicken, but the lunch was a big sort of thing after the church.
Yeah.
So, and then that sort of evolved, and it's now a dinner, right, and a big banquet. And it used to be rowdiness, and now they're more, very
A little bit more formal,
more
right?
formal.
The bread is also
Oh,
very important, right? The bread.
oh,
in Italian
bread, the
families, Italian
wine,
weddings.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Now, at an Indian celebration, once they eat, they leave.
So that's why and that's why bride and groom will tell us, oh, hold off, but we got the staff here since 5, and they're serving food at 10:30, 11. No, because the moment they eat,
They're gone.
gone.
So they want to keep everybody here until then, so they'll starve them until then.
The Jews have to tell
Hold
them
it.
to leave. They say, sorry,
Oh,
this
my
is
God.
time.
Yeah, exactly.
It's time to go home. Go to bed.
Exactly.
What about the cultures that are coming together? Different ethnic groups are getting married. So you have
Oh, that's
an
a great
Italian
question.
and a Jewish person.
Very
Who
good.
do you cater to? The Italians?
Oh.
Because they used to say one side was the Jews, one
The
side
other
was
side
the
was the Italians.
That's right.
I would tell them, I go, no, you got to mix. That's the whole purpose of this thing. It's a melding of the two cultures.
Yes.
What's with this half there, and that food there,
Yeah,
that food?
yeah.
No, food for everybody. Do kosher for everybody. Nothing wrong with that. It's wonderful, healthier.
Yeah.
Do kosher for everyone, and then however you want it, and mix. Whatever you do for one, do for everybody. Don't start doing that.
You don't think they should
Because then,
divide it up.
then you've created a line during the wedding
Yeah.
when you're supposed to be married, right? So I would tell them to do that.
Do you ever join the celebrations, or did you in the
No,
past?
no, but you know what's really
You'll
cool?
come in and dance or something?
No, no.
Well, we're gonna dance at the next
Yeah, we
wedding.
will.
We're gonna film
Yeah,
that
yeah.
and show people what it's like to go to an Italian wedding or a bar mitzvah.
That'd be wonderful.
Maybe I'll get the bar mitzvah I never had.
You know what I want to show you?
And the
Are
circumcision.
we, isn't this fun? Are we having fun?
You know what I'd love to show you? How you go from each room, you go, here's an Indian wedding. You feel like you're down high.
Yeah.
Then you close that door and go behind the Italian wedding. Then you go to a kosher wedding, an Israeli wedding, or a Russian. And it's like another culture, Sri Lankan. And it's so freaky. You feel like you're crossing frontier borders. It's like, you open up. Wow, you're in India.
Yeah.
Boom! My God, you're in Rome.
Oh my God.
And it's from second to second, and it's all these different vibes. It feels so cool. All multiculturalism in one
You're
location.
creating fantasy and it becomes a reality with you. You become the giver, the Wizard of Oz.
They have
You
the
are Wizard of
fantasy.
Oz.
We help them make it. We help
Yeah.
them see it. They come up to us with their fantasy. We make it up.
So good. What drives you to do this amazing stuff and continue for years to do it? Where do you find the energy inside yourself? I mean, you give a lot every day. How do you do that as a human being where you go, aren't you tired?
No, I need stories to say when I die. When I tell my friends up in heaven, I just
Up
love
to the angels.
Oh, yeah, up to the angels. I just have that motivation and going. There's lots of time to sleep when you're dead. Just enjoy it.
Are you
now.
happy with life?
Oh my God, I'm like.
You're like a kid bursting inside.
He is.
I'm
He's
telling
so
you,
full of
I
energy.
just love so much. I always say, because of life, I was the person who laughs the most, cries the most, has the strongest emotion, is the richest person. That's why we're here. Money is nothing. You can have a glass of wine, so what? You want to have a glass of wine on a private island and be really rich by yourself? Enjoy. I'd rather have a glass of wine, a $5 glass of wine in the middle of Paris at a cafe. That's richness. Emotion, enjoying the little things in life. And when you have that, you've got everything. So I always say, I remember one time I pulled over into the parking lot. Damn, I'm the richest guy in the world.
Wow.
I'm the richest
You are,
guy.
yeah.
I love life so much.
I remember when I started my organization, I ran a nonprofit for about 20 years. It was a humanitarian organization. It's still thriving. It's called the Ahavta. Sometimes I would stay late at night and just sit in the office. The lights were off. Nobody was there. And I'd look around and I'd think to myself, am I ever lucky? Look what I've been able to create. I'm assuming you do that here too sometimes.
The dream.
It's
When it's
dream.
quiet,
It's
right?
something, yeah. But that, and also then I wonder, in 5 years from now, if I was not here 10 years from now, would everyone know that Carlo did all this in
Yes.
30 years?
Yes, right.
You know? Doesn't even matter.
Well, we know now.
We know.
Yeah, there you go.
The world's gonna
They know.
They know.
I wanted to say that. I had a big soup event, and Carlo gave us 300 liters of soup
Yes, thank
for the homeless. So, and he also feeds homeless. We've got more to talk about. It goes on and on. There's all kinds of stories. He's full of 1,000 stories and 1,000 ounces of blood. So stay tuned.